Well, we're back. We're doing some more fishing. It's day 3. We're going to fish a spring creek today called the Montoso. And we'll just take a look. Everybody's getting ready. But this is just beautiful. So this is what the spring creek looks like. It's coming down here, and apparently there's another arm of it. This comes out of that area there, and then another arm comes down there, and they converge. So it's going to get even a little bit bigger down here. So way different than yesterday. This is a way more open landscape. Hopefully not going to fight as many willows, although I did enjoy kind of that guerrilla warfare style fishing under the willows. I'm fishing with my friend Chris today and our guide Jermonimo, and yeah, looking forward to a great day of walking and wading. And I'm not wearing waders today because it's not very muddy and it's pretty hot out, so we're going to do a little bit of wet wading. So we'll get our 5-weight rods strung up, get our hoppers on, and we'll gear up and get out of here. So okay, so I settled on a fat Albert after seeing a few of these big beetles along the shore. This beetle is now eating my fly.
From the place where we start fishing up to.
Well, we're still hiking, putting in some miles so we can just fish our way back up, but this is one of the most beautiful places I've ever fished. Hands down. A lot of walking, but if we jump downstream, we can fish contiguously all the way back up. But yeah, just gorgeous landscape that we're going through here. Still trucking our way down. Fishing soon. Nice, what a fish. Awesome. That's the first one I've got landed. I've hooked a couple others, but that's the first one I got landed. It took me about, I don't know, 10 minutes to catch a fish, but I did raise a nice one. Not quite as big as this one, but I rose a nice one on my very first cast. So I know this place is just full of trout. That was awesome. Yeah, on that fuzzy fat Albert. Yes, that was a great fish to kick off my day here. I want to share just a quick, general tip. Anytime you can get down in a stream and work straight upstream, it is super handy because your back cast is wide open over the creek. And there's one tip that I want to give you that makes this really, really fast and efficient. And I've shared this on past videos, so if you've heard this before, you can skip forward 30 seconds, or you can see if there's something new to learn. But I'm just going to throw my fly upstream. As the fly floats back to me, I've got to strip in my line, of course, to maintain control. But I don't want to strip in so much that it's a pain in the neck to get my next cast out. So what I do is I keep a minimum of 1 rod length of the fly line out the rod tip. And as it floats to me, I stop stripping. And then I just raise as it's coming to me into a roll cast position. And then I just roll cast into the air, like so. And then I just make a false cast or two and I throw it right back out. So I'm going to show you real time. Stripping, 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 stripping. About a rod length and a half of line. I'm just going to pick it up like this as it floats to me. I'm still fishing. Roll cast it into the air. A couple of false casts. I'm back in. And it's really important to have a plan so that you can do that again and again and again, and then your day is really efficient the way you're working upstream. You won't snag in the trees nearly as much, but this is called the roll cast recovery. So fly floats to you. Instead of stripping in more line, I just leave a little bit out, roll cast in the air, boom, shoot it up. I'm fishing again, and a good strong caster that's got a good plan can cover water at 3 or 4 times the rate. If you're going to cover water faster, more effectively, you're going to find more trout. So hopefully that helps. That's what I was doing when I got that last trout.
In the hole, in the right spot.
Oh, that's a nice one, Chris.
Rainbow.
Nice rainbow, dang.
Yeah, it's sweet.
On that streamer?
Just a black streamer. Like a, you know, trout streamer we'd use. In fact, I think I got it at Red's.
It's just a bugger?
It's just a bugger, yeah.
Nice. God, this is a beautiful hole.
It's a great hole. He's pretty. I think he's ready. There he is. Come on back. All right, Geronimo, let's give him a break. Ah, muchas gracias. Fantastic.
Nice. Nice rainbow on the streamer. Yeah, you couldn't find a prettier spot to catch it.
So gorgeous.
Yeah, that's great. Way to go.
Thank you,
nice
man.
job, Chris. Did it. Okay, I just saw fish rise up further up there. Better be ready for this one. That last one I just froze. I didn't even set the hook. I was asleep. There we go. Oh, stung him. Stung him. Another rainbow. All right, that was awesome. Brown trout. Fabulous brown. Oh man, that was sweet. That was so awesome. Let's just get him in the net. Oh, he came right in. Gorgeous, gorgeous fish. This is a much bigger brown. Looks like he's missing part of his gill plate. Long since healed over though. Yeah, beautiful brown. It's interesting, his gill plates are kind of the same on either side. It's not an injury, it's just how he grew in. So anyway, that's gorgeous brown. That was a ton of fun. I don't think I'm going to be changing that fly all day. That Fat Albert is great. I've got nice rainbow, nice brown. I've been fishing for maybe an hour. Chris just got nice rainbow, so we're having a good day so far. That brown, it looked like, if you look at the video, it looks like it was just like horrifically injured. And it was really bizarre. It was just how its gill plate, it was identical on both sides. And it was absolutely just grown in like that. Like it was just born without that gill plate. And I thought that maybe there was an injury of some sort, but it looked like that's just how it grew. It was perfectly symmetrical on both sides, completely sealed and healed. And the trout was in fabulous condition, super, super healthy. Yeah, it looked pretty ugly, kind of from a distance. But I'm gonna keep popping upstream. We're gonna keep fishing this Fat Albert, and my game on these types of creeks is just, I plan A as dry flies because it's simple, it's fast, I can cover water really efficiently, and I haven't messed around with streamers, droppers, or anything like that. Just straight dries the whole time, and if I can cover enough water, I'm definitely gonna have good fishing. So we're gonna keep working my way up. Right at me. I missed several of them up there. I don't know, they were hitting it so quick and fast. It's like they were competing for it and not making a very good approach to flying. But I'll give you a tip. This fish started to turn around and run straight back at me at one point, and that can create a lot of slack. And so what you can do is you can actually take and put your whole rod, I'll just kind of demonstrate here, You can put your whole rod in the water like that, and because that line is down in the current, it doesn't have as much slack. The water helps keep it tight. Got my line around my rod blank right there. And so when a fish is coming back at you and making slack, if you put your rod in the water, then the line just gets in the current. Look at all those fish in there. Man, there's fish. This fish that I'm fighting is pushing fish around all over the place. Yeah, pretty decent rainbow. Yeah. Oh, I just love that. I just love that dry fly fishing. That is so great. That is the best. Yeah, I missed 3 or 4 of them, bam, 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 and I was getting a little bummed out. I was like, man, why can't I hook these things? Then a little bit bigger fish ate, boom, got them. And when, I'll just revisit that little piece of advice. If they come back at you and they start making slack and you can't strip your line fast enough, just take your rod and go from high to put it right in the water, and then all that line will stay tight in the current, and the fish is much less likely to come off. And if it does go light, like you don't have a lot of tension on it, like, the hook will kind of back out. You can just gently reset the hook once you get that good tension back, and that's a good way to help keep them on. So, all right, we'll keep trucking upstream. This is good fishing.
Oh, you're recording, sorry.
Yeah, we're going. It just started. All right, we just had lunch. Here, let's see. We'll tell you what that pocket's for.
Joe, what's that pocket for right there?
Which one?
This one, the small little guy.
Yeah, that's for your leaders and your tippet, I think. Hell, I don't know.
That's how I should use it.
That's a pretty good sized pocket.
See, that's
good.
Know,
put your fishing license in there.
That's a good one too.
We don't actually need to carry our own fishing license. We're playing by Argentina rules here today. The guides have them on their phones. We do have licenses, just for the record. Anyway, we just had nice lunch under the tree, and we're gonna keep fishing upstream. We got a little bit more cloud cover now. We're gonna fish up through this canyon and around, and I'm thinking the cloud cover might make the dry fly fishing pick up even more, but the dries have been pretty solid. You've had more on the streamer or dry, or?
It's perfect mix, I think. Actually, both were productive.
So a little of everything. I've just been fishing mostly a dry. I tried a streamer in a few spots and had one nice big one chase it, but couldn't get it hooked up. Anyway, we're gonna get back in the creek. We're just gonna keep leapfrogging holes, and I've been amazed, even in this like slack water right here. The river looks huge on the GoPro, but it's very small. I mean, it's like, I don't know, 20, 30 feet across. Even in this slack water, I mean, you just walk up this thing, and it's just trout pushing out all over. Not super big ones. The biggest one I've seen is about 18, 19 inches, but I'm sure there's probably some 2-footers hiding in one of these holes somewhere. So let's go in pursuit of the 2-footer this afternoon. The legendary 2-footer. All right. Any advice for the afternoon?
Yeah, cast exactly into the water, not to the willow trees or to the bushes. No.
He must have been watching me cast earlier. I hit a few willow trees and bushes.
No, we will keep working our way up, trying not to spook too many fish in and out of the stream when we are leapfrogging, so we stay away from the banks, and then if there's a cut bank, get the fly first into the water before you show up. Just get the piece of the tippet and the fly.
Oh, okay, so I know what you're saying. So yeah, don't let your fly line even enter the creek. Lay your fly line across the shore and just your tippet and the fly. Yeah. I gotcha. Yeah, and I also heard the warning. See, Jermonimo is accusing me of spooking the fish when I leapfrogged upstream, and it was his very, very polite way telling me to quit spooking the freaking fish every time I leapfrog. So, lo siento.
I wouldn't say that. It's all your...
Is my imagination?
Yeah, of course. It is.
I know what you were saying. I'm going to be more careful when I leapfrog now. All right, I don't want to spook the fish. All right, let's go fishing.
I think
You lost it.
yeah, I lost it.
Oh, the fish came off?
Yeah, down here.
Shoot, that was a nice
weird.
brown trout.
That was a nice one.
He trades that nice brown for
Look what I got.
nice
I got a
stick.
brown stick. I got a brown stick.
Oh, dang. I was just walking upstream after lunch. By the way, we had an amazing quiche for lunch. I should have showed that on film. It was delicious. Anyway, and then Chris just stuck a dandy brown.
Right there, right in the spot.
Right in the little chute right here.
Yeah, exactly, up high.
It was right in the top of this first one.
Yeah, no, up by the rock up there.
It was way up there?
Yeah, it came down and he stuck it up by those rocks, and then I fought him down here, and somehow down here I lost him. Is that weird?
Oh my gosh. He was way up there?
Uh-huh.
And he ran all the way down?
Yeah.
Yes. But that was the honey hole.
That was the honey
Holy
spot.
crap.
He told me that's where he would be.
That's a tiny, I mean, that's a tiny little slot up there. That was a big one in there. Yeah, I just saw him with that really nice one on and ran over to try to get it on video. That was cool. Well, I'm gonna, as I was suggested to me by Geronimo, I am going to take a wide pass around the hole so as not to spook anything. So, okay, I gotta go get back in the water. Looks like the bite is on. Right, so you can see there's a tree right there, and a very fishy spot. There's a lot of black, dark water under there. And the fish might dry through there quite a bit. I'm still fishing that fat Albert, and no grabs or anything, but I am like certain there's a fish under there. So I'm gonna run back through it with a streamer, and I'm gonna slide my streamer way up under there because I can't get my dry to go under those sticks, but I can get my streamer under there. So I'm gonna take my fat Albert off and put a Sir Sticks-a-Lot streamer on. Okay, so I'm getting my streamer tied on, and I will tie that on with a little loop knot. I'm using 3X tippet, just standard tapered leader, no fluorocarbon. So there's my fly, and I love that streamer. That's a Sir Sticks-a-Lot streamer, and I think that's the brown. Yeah, that's the brown. The olive has a little bit more white, but anyway, that's been my best streamer. So yeah, let's just let me get squared away here. And so I'm gonna make sure my streamer gets nice and wet, so I'm gonna just throw it over in the shallows first, and then I'm gonna throw in, and I'm gonna try to get my streamer to sink. Make a careful cast as close to the brush as I can. Perfect cast. So I'm just slowly gonna strip it, let it go right under that tree right there. Nothing, nobody home. And this is usually when I get greedy and get it stuck in the willow. That was a good cast, right under the tree. Nothing. All right, I'll throw a few more shots. Oh, looks like Chris just landed a nice one. He's way up there. You can't probably hardly see him on camera, but yeah, he just landed a pretty solid trout in that next run. I had one grab in there. Look at this crazy rock. Make one good cast. Take your time, Joe. So I'm gonna hook it and throw a streamer into that back eddy back there. God, you know there's just something big and nasty living down there. Throwing this Sir Sticks-a-Lot streamer still. Yeah, I'm gonna put this thing right in the foam. Plunk. Come on. Got a half strip, half jig. One more. This was just too cool of a spot not to film. Thought sure that would get a nice one. Chris already fished this one once, but I couldn't help it. I couldn't help it but fish this right behind him. Come on, trout. Give me some action here. Yeah, cool spot. Just this super neat rock formation. Just like standing, there's grass on all sides of it. There's just this like just this mushroom of rock right here. It's crazy. Really cool. Good saltfish. I switched to a streamer. What do we got? Brown? No, rainbow. Rainbow. Yeah, I switched to a streamer and get nothing on the dry, and then threw a streamer on there and got a pretty nice rainbow. Look how pretty this is. Look at this crazy looking rock formation right here. Yeah, I'm starting to give him the 1-2 punch. Between the dry fly and the streamer is just a quick change. Nice. Good rainbow. Beautiful. On that Sir Sticks-a-Lot streamer. I'll make sure and show you that. It's been my favorite streamer lately. Really like that fly. Okay, my camera kind of got screwed up. I'm self-filming, and so that's always a challenge doing that. But yeah, the cloud cover moved in. It's gotten a little chillier, and I think the bite picked up because I had 3 pretty good strikes in the last few minutes. I'm not cold, but I'm a little bit chilly. I'm not wearing my waders today. I'm wearing these long underwear and shorts, kind of the New Zealand style system. I didn't plan on that today. I was just going to wear basically long johns or tights underneath my waders. And normally I wear those Squala carbon waders, and they're very good for hot weather. They breathe really well. But it was pretty warm this morning. But I'd say I'm pretty comfortable. I'm just wearing this light rain jacket, this just carbon shell ultralight rain jacket, and this long underwear system, and it's working pretty good. But it's cooled off quite a bit. The cloud cover has, I think, been a blessing. I think the rest of the afternoon is going to be pretty good fishing. So anyway, I'm self-filming for the rest of the day, so I'll do my best to kind of show you what's happening and see if I can't get a few more on film. Man, unfortunately I didn't get it on video, but about 10 minutes ago I was fishing. This is like the fishiest spot for a big brown trout that I've been to. Hard undercut, white water pushing under these roots of this tree right here. And I was fishing my beetle, and I fished the fat Albert that I showed you earlier. I fished it in the bottom end, and then I threw it right up against some of those dead sticks over here, and my tippet was laid over the dead sticks. And rather than like twitch it or yank it out of there, I just said, hey, let's just see how this plays out. So my tippet was on the sticks, and then I didn't realize how big the fish was, but a fish slurped it in, just right in the shadow right there. I hooked up the fish, and then it bored back in and went underneath, and I'm like, holy crap. I'm like, dude, it had my rod just bottomed, just gutted my whole rod, and I'm like, ah! And I'm on pretty strong tippet. I was on 2X, and it's boring in there. And then it comes out, and I still think, oh, maybe it's like 18-inch trout, like probably a real nice trout, just strong. the thing comes and jumps into the brush. It kind of decides to come out, and it jumps straight up in the tree, losing its mind, and hangs my line in the tree and breaks off. And it was like a legitimate 2-footer that I've been hoping for. Like, way bigger than anything I've seen so far today. Like super duper size, but it ate that beetle in that shadow. And then I tried for about the next 10 minutes with a streamer, just in hope maybe there was a second one in there. Maybe I would get the one that, you know, had broke my fly off. Jokingly, I was thinking, well, that'd be cool if I could get my fly back. So I dead drifted my streamer through there a bunch of times, which is usually what I would do for a brown trout if I kind of knew they were in that spot, and just try to basically bounce the streamer along the bottom. And I like this fly for, I've grown to like this fly for a lot of reasons, but that jig head style sort of sticks a lot. You know, with the jig that rides up like that right there on a loop knot. For tapping bottom, that fly has been great. And so when I am in these really tight spots, in a tight spot like that, you can't just pitch it in there and strip it like mad, because it's in there and out of there way too quick. So I prefer to pretty much just tight line or dead drift my streamer under there, and I find that jig head, when it does hit the bottom, it just hits the bottom and goes tick, and then the line, the tension on the leader just kind of picks it up and swims it again. So I really like this fly for these really tight spots like that. Got him. Of course. Okay, so yeah, it wasn't like clockwork, but it worked. I took a few casts and was able to hook one up stripping a little Rio's Scylla stone. And the guys down here seem to really like the ones that have the green checkered legs for stripping and moving those things. So fish it like a little tiny streamer, and it's just a swimming nymph that moves along the bottom. And the way I fish it, and this works in, I've been shocked, it works in lakes really well. And I'm just putting it across these little flats and then just doing like little tiny strips, just little 6-inch strips, just like so. And just working it through any open water. And it's pretty fun because you'll see the fish turn and chase it. And it tends to work a little better than like a conventional, but that's a big fish, that's a good fish. All right. Golly, that's a nice trout. I'm not gonna lie, that fish looked huge when it swam out. It's a nice trout. But the one I had on before that was a lot smaller. It made this one look like an absolute giant. Beautiful. Absolutely gorgeous trout, man. Beautiful. Nice trout. Well, that was pretty darn fun. I hope you found that tip about stripping just a little silly stone, jig head pats, little jiggy pats. Just actually casting those out and stripping them, and not feeling like that because they're a stonefly nymph that's the only way they should be fished. In other parts of the world, they figured out really quickly that those make really great swimming nymphs and little swimming critters. And I've taken those skills back home to my home waters, and it's worked pretty well. And then just the other thing about it is it's really fun when you get to see fish you actually chase. There's lots of times that fish may be happy to gobble up a swimming nymph, but may be just a little bit less apt to eat streamers, especially in like these blue sky conditions right now. It's typically our predatory conditions. So yeah, it's a lot of fun just twitching them along, stripping them along. All right, so we were just talking about the pancoras and why we take kind of an unconventional rig like a stonefly and strip it along the bottom. You can imagine, so these guys use their tails to swim, and he's being a little stubborn right now, but you could imagine when all these legs are out and he's just kicking around and swimming around, And this is a big one, Geronimo?
No, it's an average size.
Average size. But there's obviously smaller ones too. And so, yeah, those stoneflies, we'll just strip those along like, and it's important that it has rubber legs and is wide. It isn't just like a little leech to imitate the pancora. So, yeah, we're fishing that today, and we're gonna give it a try and see if we have some success doing that. I'm gonna put that guy, oh, look at him go now. He's friendlier to you. He knows you're Argentinian.
He knows I'm gonna put him back in the stream.
He could tell I was hungry.
Look at that. What?
Oh, there's a fish trying to eat it. Holy crap. Big brown trout trying to eat it. You know what's funny is I felt more weight. I was like, I hooked this fish and it didn't feel very big, right? So it's a little rainbow. I hooked the fish, it didn't feel all that big, and then it felt like it was really pulling, and then I started kind of horsing out of there, and there was like a big brown trout trying to eat that rainbow. So I am going to I'm gonna beef up my leader a little bit, and then I'm gonna put a big streamer on, and we're gonna go back in there and see if we can't get that big brown trout that was trying to eat the rainbow. Nice rainbow. My buddy Marcos talked me into throwing that and stripping that stonefly through there a couple more times. And I think the very next good cast I got at rainbow. So I'm gonna throw and strip that stonefly in there until it's no longer fruitful, and then switch to the big streamer. Fish chased that all the way out from under that tree. That was awesome. I mean, I launched that cast up there, got it under the tree. There was 2 fish. Sweet. There was 2 fish in there chasing it, and yeah, I had a decent rainbow. I let him swim away. He was kind of rapid. I could see that he would. I could see he'd swim out of the tippet. Anyway, I'll launch one more. Under there. This might be the end of the video. I just got informed that it's 6 o'clock and we were supposed to be on the road like an hour ago. And I'm down here, Marcos and I are down here unsupervised. And we are delinquent and tardy for our ride home. So we got to head back and go have a beer at the truck and then head back. But it's been a killer day. Hopefully there's more video. If there is more time, you know that I got a nice one. So I'm gonna throw a couple more casts and hit the road. But thank you for following along. Make sure you check out the next series. Day 4 is tomorrow. So we'll go fish someplace else and have a great time doing that as well. Thanks for watching. All right, we're just getting back. We got to hear what happened with the other guys. They had something kind of funny and exciting happen.
Yeah, we were in a pool where he caught 2 14-inchers. They were nice rainbows, but he had the DJ hooker that we were using attached to a chubby Chernobyl, dropping from a chubby Chernobyl just to get it stable. And he was in the water, and a brown trout, maybe 18 inches, came out to look what was all the fuss around, and I was saying, move it, move it, move it, like just to excite a brown trout, but you know, he didn't understood. He was slowly, but brown trout decided to go to check us out. He said, no, they don't worth the effort, and he went back to his rock, and
that was it.
That was it.
It was just hanging right below you guys.
Totally. And we're catching other fish all
same
around
distance
them.
to you and I.
All around them.
And the rock was there where Marcos is.
Oh my God, man.
Awesome.
I mean, that's funny because those brown trout, they hide well in this little stream. I mean, a couple of the big ones just came out of nowhere today, and yeah, they were pretty darn spooky. So yeah, that wraps us up. We're gonna go have a beer. So I think we're out of here. Tune in for the next day, day 4.